Hello guys and girls. This video is to introduce you to my Toyota TownAce Super Extra van. The video has got a dual purpose. It's just to show you guys about it, but the van is going up for sale. So I have had it for a decade. It is one of the best purchases I've ever made, and I'm gonna ramble on about it for a little bit. It has its own web page, which I initially put up when I got the van and did a bunch of custom work to it, and I'll provide that link. Of course, that's many years ago, so it has got a few years on it since then. But here goes. Anyways, let's just start with a couple of obvious things. Starts easily, and we'll just stay on the outside for the moment. To own a Toyota in Western Canada and drive it year-round, it's a constant fight with rust, and this is no exception. There's been lots of rock chips, but they've all been sealed off, and as much care has been taken to try and keep this van nice as possible. It's got 15-inch aluminum wheels. Now that's not standard for these vans. These are actually, if I remember, from a Kia Sportage, and so that provides a lot more tire availability. And speaking of tires, these are actually they don't have much miles on them at all. I think they're about 4 years old or so, and there's tons of tread left. I think we've probably only put about, I think maybe 10,000 kilometers on these tires. So overall, the body's in pretty good shape. It's had some work done to keep fighting off the rust as the years go on, and there's a few sections that have had some some painting done to it, but as far as some other details about the van, it's got torsion bars in the front, so you can raise the front to make it level or have it sit the way you like. This is four-wheel drive. It's got the locking hubs, which is actually advantageous as far as some people like that. Some people just want to be totally hands-off, but I prefer the locking hubs, and it's a little bit old school, but it really gets the job done. It's got the full glass roof, so the midsections and the fronts pop up, and such a unique thing. It is, of course, you've probably noticed, right-hand drive. It is or was registered here in BC, so it's got a BC-assigned VIN. We're on the island here, and the vehicle has been hasn't been on the road for the last maybe year to 2 years, because I bought me a long wheelbase Delica, because I had a bigger trailer that I needed to be able to haul around at highway speed. This vehicle, since I've owned it, has never seen anything but 5W30 oil, synthetic oil. All of it, synthetic right from the beginning. So it's been babied, it's been taken care of. It's got a custom exhaust. It's not loud at all. It's a little bit louder than stock, but it's quite short, and there's some extra horsepower that's been freed up. It also has a custom air intake, And I can show you here, to get in at the engine in this vehicle, you raise up the passenger seat once you move the other seats out of the way. And there's the custom air intake that I mentioned. So it's probably never seen more horsepower than it's getting right now. Let me just put this back down again. I also did this custom, to hold a seat up, I did this custom install on the seat belt latch. It makes it a lot easier than the old plastic straps that just tend to eventually get old and break. So, anyway, if you're not familiar with the TownAce van, these are swivel seats. You can have limo style seating. The back seats also fold up and flip up to either side, and you've got tons of storage space. These seats can spin around, fold flat. There's all kinds of configurations. This is like Toyota over-engineering at its best. There are also built-in sunshades for the top that you can like get in place and keeps things cooler or darker, whatever you prefer. The seats themselves, there's no rips. The vehicle was used somewhat for work, so they're not, you know, pristine or anything, but there's no rips. And I've got seat covers on the front just to help protect it from work clothes, that sort of thing. But they're not ripped, and the covers have done their job. A few other things. This vehicle does had quite the stereo system installed back in the day. It's still got a Clarion deck, and it's actually got 17 speakers installed in this vehicle. And so unfortunately currently only the front 4 are working, and because a couple of the amplifiers have simply you know gotten old. It's been 10 years, and I'll show you possibly why. But there's component systems installed throughout, tweeters throughout. There's 6x9s and tweeters, and one of the coolest installs is a 6x9 in the sliding door. That is very unusual because there had to be some significant custom work, because so the speakers are connected by pickups, literally by pins that need to make contact once the door is closed. So, but very, very cool install. Makes use of the whole door cavity for resonance space. It was quite the setup back in the day. Now, the amps that I mentioned are actually in this vehicle. There's boxes and compartments. This here is the battery compartment, and then right here is a special custom compartment that has the amplifiers in it. It's in a good spot, so it never actually gets hung up when you're doing anything off-road. The box is sealed, but it's possible that moisture eventually managed to find a way in, and the amplifiers stopped working. They've been disconnected, and I just have not had time to investigate all of that, and someone probably wants to update the amps anyways, so we're going to leave that for someone's future project. But the speakers are mostly in good shape. There's some that have had some damage, so they can probably also get updated, but the wiring is all in place. All the hard work has been done. Another example of that, special custom, you know, extra boots put in to run the wiring to the speakers that are located in the hatch. The spare tire is actually supposed to be underneath, but because there was a trailer hitch on this vehicle for light trailer duty, the tire is just hanging out at the back for the moment. Wouldn't take a lot of ingenuity to have it be again installed below the vehicle in the back. I've got a backup camera installed. The unit for it though gave up the ghost several years ago. It's a standard 1/8 of an inch jack, and that's just hanging out here by the front console. So anybody with installing a new backup camera unit can just plug it in, and the cameras all pretty much work in the same manner. So well, that gives you a good overview of things. You can certainly get in touch and ask for some more details. And there you go, TownAce. Oh, I almost forgot. And it has the original Hot Wheels stickers.